Hi BookTube, it's Missy, and today I'm here to share with you shelf 7 of my bookshelf tour. It is going to be this little cubby here, and these are all ghost paranormal books. Main focus is ghosts. Let's get started. This is the overview of this cubby here. And I will pull the first row out and give you guys a glimpse of the back row. 1 second. Okay, first things first, we have The Raven's Bride by Lenore Hart. This is not a retelling of Edgar Allan Poe, but it is inspired by him, and it is a ghost book. Next we have Wide Open by Deborah Coates, and again, a ghostly kind of tale. Then there is the sequel, Deep Down, and Strange Country. Both of these are YA. Then we have The Fetch by Laura Whitcomb. This is the author of Slant of the Light, which I will show you in a minute. And this is a supernatural romance book, so I believe that's YA. Next we have Delia's Shadow by Jamie Lee Moyer. I believe that's how it's said. And this book is about a woman who can speak to the dead and helps them with like things they have to do, or maybe like unfinished business. And it's also historical fiction. And then we have A Barricade in Hell. This is the sequel. The third one comes out maybe in October. I did see the third book, but I can't remember when it comes out. I'm sorry. The next one is also a historical fiction, and this is called Silence for the Dead by Simone St. James. This is about a woman during World War II, I think, who is a nurse who goes and helps people that are in the war that are now at a mental hospital for things that they saw during the war. And there's ghosts involved, roaming like the halls of the hospital. Then there is The Seer of Shadows by Avi. I believe this is a middle grade, but I could be wrong. It might be a YA. But yeah, ghostly book, and it's also a historical fiction. And then we have The Reverend by Sonia Gensler. This is also historical fiction. I think this is set in England. Then we have Water Ghosts by Shauna Young Ryan, and this is a historical fiction ghost book set in China or Japan. One of them, sorry. And then I have The Black Isle by Sandy Tan, and this one is also an Asian historical fiction ghost book, either set in Japan or China. I get these ones both mixed up. Next we have this isn't a ghost book, but I didn't have room on my other shelves, and so it's called The Gargoyle by Andrew Davidson. I bought this for $1 at my local library bookstore, and I was really sad that it was ripped like that, but it's a hardback for $1, and so whatever, I got it, and it's like what it says, it's about a gargoyle. So it's supernatural and paranormal, so it does go here, but not necessarily with the ghosts. Next, I have The White Devil by Justin Evans. I believe this is a adult paranormal book about ghosts. Then I have A Certain Slant of Light by Laura Whitcomb. There is a sequel to this, which means that it's a duology, and this is a ghost book. Here is another duology called Nearly Departed by Brooke Hastings. I told you guys in a previous video I bought this because it said Welcome to Weirdsville. I'm super excited to read this ghostly paranormal series or duology. And then we have the sequel, Immortal Remains. Scratch the surface, the paranormal lies just beneath. Again by Brooke Hastings. And the last book before we get to the front section of this cubby is The Ever After by Amy Huntley. Another ghost book and a finalist for the William C. Morris Debut Award. Woohoo! Alrighty, so that, my friends, is the first row. On to the second. So the first one we have here is Blacklight, a debut thriller written by the Saw franchise. This is another ghost book by Patrick Melton, Marcus Dunstan, and Stephen Romano. I always said things wrong. Alright, and then we have Snowblind by Christopher Golden. I did a whole review on his Asian horror books. He used a pen name. At the moment now I can't think of what it is, but I will leave it, you know, down in the video. But this is also a ghost book and it's blurbed by Stephen King, so it's a must read. Next we have The Turning by Francine Prose. I'm assuming this is like a haunted house kind of ghost book. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm assuming. And then we have The House of Lost Souls by F.G. Cottam. Look, I love that the face is scratched out. Another haunting kind of house ghost book, I believe. Then we have Dead River by Sin Balog. I have read one other book by her which I did enjoy, and so I can't wait to get to this one. And then I have Beyond by Graham McNamee, Edgar Award-winning author. Ooh. And as you can see, it's a ghost story. So, yay! And then we have the best horror story, The Amityville Horror, which is a true story by Jay Anson. I cannot wait to dive into this one. It's going to be awesome. Another haunted house book. Then we have The Haunting of Sunshine Girl by Paige Mackenzie. I'm really upset that Penelope didn't like this book because we usually like the same things, but I am going to give it a try anyways, and it is also a ghost book. Next I have Damon Hall by Andrew Nance. I think this might be like a haunted house book. That is a really cool tall building. These are all YA, by the way. Then we have Firefly Rain by Richard Dansky. Yeah. This is like a haunted cabin, I think. Another YA book. And then we have The Night Strangers by Chris Bohjalian. I don't know how to say his last name. I think this might actually be an adult horror novel or paranormal ghostly book. Then we have Last Days by Adam Nivell. And again, I think this is a adult paranormal, and I think that's a haunted cabin in the woods. So exciting. And then I have The Guardians by Andrew Piper, another adult paranormal ghost book. And lastly, well, not for this cubby, but just for this row, is Ruined by Paula Morris. There is a second one, which I don't have yet, and this is a YA paranormal ghost story. Alrighty. Oops. So now I need to show you guys what goes on top here. So the first one is The Murmuring by Carly Ann West, and this is another ghost book. And then we have Long Lankin by Lindsay Baraclough. I want to say that this is a adult, but it might be young adults. Look at the tree with the kid stuff, the shoes, and the bear. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Alright, and the last thing I want to share with you guys is a trilogy. I'll start with the first one, and that is Black Watch by Jenna Burtonshaw. And this looked like a really cool epic fantasy, but it's actually about ghosts. It's from what I can remember, it is about people who can go from living to dead through like the realm of the living and realm of the dead. And they are people who have to be taught or born that way. Something like that. I'm excited. This one's called Shadow Cry. And the last one is Winter Veil, again by Jenna Burtonshaw. This is the third book. Alright, there you have it. That is the second shelf of my paranormal, strictly ghost stories. And I will show you guys this shelf next in my eighth shelf. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye!